I get more of a full body and sit back or closer to
Oh
the
no, you straight just like that. Yeah, cause we get to see get to see them lovely, sexy thighs,
Okay.
them sexy legs. And how you doing today, baby?
I'm doing all right.
Doing good. No, smokers is not a premium smoke room episode. We will get her in the premium smoke room, so relax. I know many of y'all DMing me after you saw them sexy legs and say, "When she coming to the premium smoke room?" Y'all ain't heard the lady name yet, so give her a chance. But
Are
we
we
will get her there. But
live?
anyway, we're we're right now recording. Yes.
But are we
So,
live?
oh no. This is pre-recorded. No,
Oh,
I haven't bumped it up to live. I eventually want to do like a live, do a live
so
interviews on.
how are the people seeing me right now or
Well,
what?
we're not. They're not seeing you. It's I'm talking to them because like when they see it later, that's
Okay,
when I'm talking. You get what I'm
got it.
saying? Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Because
all
this
right.
is for, as people know, in my Smokers No Bonus Smoke Fridays, where I introduce you, my smokers, to ladies in the industry as well as gents, what have you. So, how's your day been, baby girl?
It's okay.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And from talking to you earlier, I knew you was an interesting interview, but after talking to you, it solidified that. 'Cause I was like, oh, this female here got a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. So first we're gonna begin. How was your July 4th?
Pretty uneventful. I stayed home. I didn't do anything. Somebody was in town that I was going to try to make some content with, and
Mm-hmm.
out of 3 days that person was here, we didn't get one shoot.
Damn, what happened was it was because of him
I
or
don't even want to talk about it. I was a little
mm,
disappointed, but I'm not one to throw people under the bus or
mm.
name names. There's been a lot of stone throwing going on Twitter,
Ooh, I'm
right?
glad you said something.
And people, they're throwing the stones at somebody that I know personally. I don't want to name names,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to get in the middle of controversy. But all I can say is that these freaking stone throwers, I hope they don't live in glass houses because I will bring their shit down.
So,
All the people out there talking smack have
mm,
all got dirt.
see, that's what I never understood about this business is that, and I know it's that just not just in our business, but in general, it takes one negative comment that everybody and mama want to pile on, and
People
they may
jump
not
on the
even had
band.
that experience.
They jump on the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like nobody's perfect. Nobody's pure. Nobody's wholesome. Nobody's righteous. You know, and everybody makes mistakes. So the way that these people just what I don't know. That's one thing that I've seen in this
Mm-hmm.
industry that I don't like at all. It's like, what is the next topic of conversation? Who can we go after next? You know what I mean? Like, stay in your
Yeah.
fucking lane. Stay in your lane, people.
No,
Stay in your
because see, the thing about it is, one person experience may not be the next.
exactly
Period. And people don't realize sometimes not every business deal because when we do content, it's a business deal.
right,
It's technically a business deal. We
and
may
they're all
not be
different.
ashamed. Go ahead.
They're all different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, not every business deal that I did ended on a good note. Me, some of them
Right.
girls fell out, and it wasn't my fault. And they went on the internet and wanted to bash me. And then when they started working with other motherfuckers, guess what? I kept hearing in my DM, Bob, you was right. It wasn't you, it was them. You warned me. I should have listened. I'm like, yeah, because a lot of times it's not the producer, it's sometimes the female because they walk in entitled, they walk in like like a carrot stuck up their ass, and they think they the shit.
I just don't like bashing people in public. If you're going to defame somebody's name, do it in a courtroom, do it legally, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like I live under the innocent until proven guilty kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Because trust me, I've been there. I've been bullied. I've been bullied to the point where I got off Twitter a long time ago.
oh
And
yeah,
and then
really?
what's funny, the people that were bullying me, they didn't even last that long in the industry. Actually, ended up getting blackballed. Bob was still going. So what that tell you? Who was right and who was wrong?
There you go.
So with that being said, what's going on, smokers? And welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm Kevin Oliver, Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star, your wonderful host. And you can find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. 4 sponsors to tell you about. First one being the Risers Magazine. Next up, blusherotica.com. After that, we got the Kinky Candle Company on Etsy, link in the description. And for your legal needs, the Queen of Law herself, Mitchell Ferrari, link in the description. You can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com. Also, you can catch me on skyhawk.tv.com as well as the BGP LLC app and any platform that does podcasting. Now, I'm going to sit back and
Were you an auctioneer?
Say what?
Were you an auctioneer?
No, I was not an auctioneer. I might could have been one, but I never tried it.
Put up with you, yeah.
So, people, I'm going to sit back and let this gorgeous, sexy MILF with them sexy ass legs tell you her story and introduce herself. Tell who you is, baby.
Well, Lana Lee, that's my stage name. We'll go with that.
Say no more. So it's crazy because I've been noticing that a lot too on Twitter. A guy that I interviewed, he supposedly now made this page called XXX Block List because of a spaces where I guess he must have got an argument with somebody and say he's gonna put a bullet in him and stuff. And I thought about reaching out to him and saying, "Look, bro, you want to come on the show to tell your story?" Because I know there's a lot of beef, a lot of issues been going on in the industry, and it's kind of crazy, some of this shit. And I'm like, why are we beefing? Why are we beefing in a business of sex?
You know what? I thought I turned that off, but I guess I didn't. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good, baby.
Other room. Okay.
Yeah. But shoot, so it's kind of crazy to see all this. And me being in the business 15 years, I've seen the beefs online, stuff like that. In your opinion, from your life experience, why do people have issues in a business that you shouldn't have issues in?
Why do people what? Have issues?
Have issues in a business that you shouldn't have issues in.
Well, I mean, business is business. So any type of business, it doesn't matter. You know, adult industry, like mainstream businesses, whatever. There's going to be issues. Like anytime that people are involved, right? So, you know, people have differences of opinions, and they absolutely like have the right to do that. I think that what's wrong with the human condition is that we fail to have true compassion and kindness, because I studied Buddhist teachings for a long time, right? And so where true compassion and kindness actually comes from is from understanding the human condition and understanding that your set of circumstances and how you grew up in the environment that you were raised in and everything that you were exposed to in your life has made an imprint on your brain, right? And that's how you navigate and function your way through the world, right? And I have a completely different set of circumstances, socialization, you know, things that I was raised around that have shaped my views and attitudes towards the world and the way they are, right? So if I have true compassion for you as my fellow, you know, brother, human being, whatever, and we have a difference of opinion on something, right? To show you true compassion is I'm going to open my little tiny closed mind and try to have some understanding that, okay, well, I can understand why he probably feels that way or thinks that way because his set of circumstances were this way. You know, he didn't grow up in my box. He grew up in his box. So, like, you can have true, like, understanding of another person, right? When you can accept their differences and try to understand their differences and not have such a heavy, like, humans either, we either gravitate towards things like that we like, or we have a heavy aversion of things that we dislike, right? I try to stay in the middle.
Yeah.
let's, you know what I mean? Just like live and let live, right? People
So yeah.
people are going to be different. They're going to function different ways. They're going to have different beliefs, different attitudes, different whatever. Like, let them have it.
Hmm. Yeah, because to me, the problem is that a lot of people don't understand business is not to be personal, and they take business personal. That's where it comes from. Because even from my experiences, a lot of females, because probably 9 out of 10, it's a talent or a producer that's catching hell from these females. And they're expecting him to treat them a certain way, but he's treating them no different than the model before them. And they
Mhm.
expected to get extra treatment, which is fucking unfair. Because a businessman, I can't treat you better than the next person because then they're gonna call a problem with the next person. I have to treat y'all the same and equal. That was one
Right.
of the problems I used to have back in the day when I was managing girls. They was expecting me to prioritize them over this other girl. No, I have to keep y'all equal. And people don't understand that sometimes.
Right. I feel like I look lopsided. Are my boobs lopsided?
Oh
Like,
no, no, no. See,
like
she giving y'all look, she giving y'all a little preview of what's gonna happen in the premium smoke
no,
room with them pretty ass boobs.
I feel like I look lopsided. All right,
Oh no, no, them boobs,
all right,
they're clearly
whatever.
their boobs look beautiful. How big are those babies?
It is what it is. I don't know. I got them redone a year ago, and
Oh
like
my.
they were supposed to take out the implants that were in there and put in bigger ones, and
Mm-hmm.
they did a lift also, and
Mm-hmm.
so the size that I wanted, they couldn't have closed me up and given me the
Mm-hmm.
size I wanted. So they actually went smaller. My boobs used to be a little bit bigger, but you know I lost a lot of weight. They were
Mm-hmm.
hacks, really hangy, saggy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the lift. I got the new implants. They're a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that with my my upper body, I'm a little bit muscular that I could use.
Mm-hmm.
I like the look when the girl's boobs walk into the room before she does.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that look, and so I feel like that. Am I on the right side? I feel like mine are proportionate for my body, but I'd maybe like them a little bit bigger. But we'll see.
Bigger.
At this point, I
Yeah.
don't want to get them bigger. But
Well, no, for what I've seen, she has some very beautiful titties. You know,
okay.
I like titties, so there you go.
Oh, okay.
So no doubt. So now, how did you get into the business?
Into what business
The
specifically?
porn business, you shooting, doing adult film, content
Okay,
creation.
so um, a few years ago, a couple years ago, I was kind of like at a crossroads in my life. Right,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't earning enough money at my regular jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like I'm a little bit of a spiritual person, so I was reaching
Mm-hmm.
out like to my higher power, the universe, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
I was I was trying to decide whether to invest, $35,000 to go back to graduate school for 2 years and finish a master's degree for a
Mm-hmm.
job where I would start out making about mid 30,000, which is about what I was already making at the time
Mm-hmm.
between doing like Uber and drug and alcohol counseling. I was working at drug and alcohol rehabs, right? So
Okay.
I was like, it just didn't make sense at my age to invest the $30,000 for a 2 year online degree to
Mm-hmm.
at a job to start out making that much money, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
well, I haven't assorted a past, but that's a whole nother thing. Like I have roadblocks that will keep me from getting licensures and other jobs that other people can
Yeah.
easily attain. I have to jump through some
Mm-hmm.
hoops, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like just asking again and again, like I really need something that I can do that I'm really good at that doesn't isn't going to require any extra training, right? Where I can make a decent amount of money to sustain me through my
Mm-hmm.
life going forward. Because this, you know, where I was for my age, it just wasn't getting it, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I believe a little bit in manifestation, right? I kept
Mm-hmm.
saying that. I kept repeating that again and again. I just kept like putting that out there to the universe, right? And so what kind of fell in my lap was escorting. And I had done it before
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, like in my 20s, right? It was completely
Mm-hmm.
different back then. It was like the yellow pages. You called a
Yeah.
lady service, she'd send you out a girl. So I kind of knew what the deal was, right? And
Mm-hmm.
well, I didn't go right straight into that. I started on like a dating app. So I was coming out of I really hadn't dated the last 10 years. As a matter of fact, I had went through a period of celibacy for like
Wow.
quite a long time. So I didn't set out to say I'm going to be celibate for 10 years or whatever, but that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just what happened. Like life happens, time went by.
Mm-hmm.
And so um when somebody finally talked me out of my pants, right? I had sex. It was amazing, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like and I was like, "Wait, what am I not doing having sex? Like I really like it and I'm really good at it. Like I should be doing this, right?" So
Mm-hmm.
the guy was like not really boyfriend material. We went out a few times. He was in another state. So, all of a sudden here I was and I wanted to have sex and I didn't know who to have it with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do a traditional dating app because I just thought like I had tried that at one point and I saw the like swipe left, swipe right. It
That
was
shit sucks. Trust me, I'm single now dealing with that shit. It sucks.
so time consuming if you're a woman, right?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll put my stuff on a pay for dating app. And I put it on, it was called Seeking Arrangements, right? And so
Okay.
I'm going on a few dates a week and I'm supplementing like my Uber income, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything from guys like the older guys wanting to take you out to eat, get to know you,
Mm-hmm.
to, take you out to dinner, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
before they commit to anything, to like
Yeah.
guys paying $100 for pictures of my feet, to going straight to
Mm-hmm.
bed with some of them. And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I wonder, and I hadn't had this thought in a long time, right? Because I'd been like kind of in a different path, on a different mindset, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when it kind of got to where like on the dating on the app thing, like I was really having to kind of chase them down to get the money, because there's just a
Yeah.
limited group of people there to pull
Mm-hmm.
from. So I said, I wonder what if I put my stuff on an escort site? Wonder what would happen, right? And I did,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like blew up. The money was crazy, right? I had
Oh yeah.
no idea how much money I could make, right? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, that was kind of like that was my answer. Like I was like, what is it that I can do that I'm good at, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I don't have to get an extra education for, right?
No.
That comes natural to me, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
taking control of men in a situation comes natural to me. And so for whatever reason, right? So that's where it led me, and the money was phenomenal. So I haven't turned back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the first year I was doing it, I made the mistake of getting a boyfriend, and I say made the mistake because like he was married with a family,
Yeah.
in Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Tampa. He had no
Mm-hmm.
idea what he was getting himself into. Like a few months
Mm-hmm.
into the relationship, he's madly in love. He's tripping
Mm-hmm.
on what I'm doing. We're both miserable, and
Mm-hmm.
so a year of that and it didn't work out. But that whole year, different people that I was exposed to along the way, they'd say like, why don't you do social media? Why don't you do an Instagram? Why don't you do an OnlyFans? And I was like, who wants to look at somebody my age on OnlyFans? Come on, seriously. All the smoking hot
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I would tell you what's funny. They want to see you more so than young girls, but I digress.
Well, so when we were together, I didn't try it because like he would get upset when I would just change my pictures on the escort
Yeah.
site. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to expose him to any more like grief than what he was already going through.
Mm-hmm.
But after we broke up, I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And I didn't set out to say, I wasn't delusional, like I'm going to get rich on OnlyFans. I just thought, well, if I can supplement my income, if I can make an extra $12,000 to $25,000 a year without
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot of effort, I'll do it. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give it a year to try it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you got to learn the ins and outs and everything before I make up my mind. So here it is about like, so that's kind of how I got into it. It's about a year later now, and
Mm-hmm.
of course I didn't get rich overnight, but the 12 to 25,000 a year was very doable. Not easy. It requires a lot of effort, but very doable.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
now I can see the potential with like the growth in
Mm-hmm.
my following and things like that, to really like increase that to
Mm-hmm.
you know, extra income.
Because even when I came in the game,
I don't think it's ever going to match my day job.
mm-hmm.
You know, like a porn company would have to offer me like a contract making
Mm-hmm.
200,000, 250,000 a year for it to beat my day job. So I don't
But
think it's going to beat my day job.
But see, you're young in the business. So it's kind of like you still, I tell people the money is over time. The longer you in it, eventually the more you do, the more money you create. You know, period. So it's kind of like
Maybe,
because
but like at my age, there's only a limited shelf life left, right? I mean, I know there's the whole
she
milk,
don't know.
you
She
know,
don't
and all
know.
that, but still, like at some point,
Let me break it down to you. I can give you Sika Black. She's in her 60s, still killing me.
I just met her.
Rita Daniels in her 60s, still killing me.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah J, she in her 50s, still killing.
Who?
Right, Sarah J.
Oh.
I interviewed her too. The thing about it is, ever since Stifler Moms and Miss Parker, and funny, she do look like Stifler Mom, don't she? MILFs, GILFs, and Housewives has been in. They don't even want dudes.
No, listen, I can't believe you brought that up. So, I shot with a friend of mine, right, Jay Playhard.
Yeah.
We haven't released the videos yet, but he's released like little clips on his, you know, he posts on all the tube sites. I don't post on all the tube sites yet, but he's getting emails from people saying like, "Oh my God, that she looks like Stifler's mom. I can't wait for you to release that." So I didn't know who she was. I had to like look her up, Google her and stuff. You know, I do kind of look like her now that she's old and fat.
Yeah. No, and she's still hot though. I remember her from Two Broke Girls.
She's attractive. I mean, she's attractive.
Still killing it.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Oh yeah, no, because older women have more success in this bitch than younger women, and a longer shelf life. Because one, y'all a little bit, one, y'all ain't shamed. See, the young girls come in shamed.
I think that
already.
What we have to go with it is a little bit of wisdom, knowledge, and experience, right? To been around the block a little bit, so we can probably navigate situations and circumstances better. To where that if like some of the things that I've been exposed to, if I would have been exposed to those things, like not me because I had like a rough life and I went through some crazy shit, right? But for like an average young girl to be like exposed to some of these things, like in their early 20s and stuff, like. I mean, they probably would have quit. I would have quit. You know what I'm saying? If I was
because they lack mental
younger
maturity.
Version of myself in the same situation. Now I know how to handle those type of situations, right? So it don't faze me.
No, because that's the thing. To do this business, you got to have a certain mental maturity, and also, I don't give a fuck, Gene. A lot of these girls that come in their 20s, they come in thinking they're going to jump in and jump out. There ain't going to be no repercussions, you know, period. They're going to make a shitload of money because they walk in entitled. While older women, they don't walk in entitled. They understand that this is a marathon, not a sprint. While these girls walking in looking for it to be a sprint, 100-yard dash. And they find out it's not, you know. So shoot. So
never really get rich quick. You got to work. It all requires effort. It all requires work, right? And so even though like it's, you know, it's sex, right? I mean, it's acting, it's sex, it's whatever. Like I always tell people, they're like, "Oh, do you enjoy what you do?" And I'm like, it is still a 4-letter word. It's work. Just like when you go to your job. Some days you're gonna enjoy it. Some days it's gonna be fulfilling, and some days it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
This
is as I even had this conversation with girls, not every shooter female orgasms. You know, we have to.
How about hardly not? How about maybe 1 out of 50?
Yeah.
Okay, guys don't make me like. It is rare for a guy to make me have an orgasm vaginally, and let's face it, men are the ones that are buying the porn, not women, right? And so what do
Yeah.
men want to see? They want to see that little white stuff spew out of another guy's dick. They don't
Mm-hmm.
care about seeing a woman satisfied or fulfilled in a video. That's not what,
No.
jerks are not. So, yeah,
And see,
it's,
too, also, when you in front of that camera, you can't let yourself fully go because you gotta be mindful of your angles. You gotta be mindful of the camera. You gotta be,
well,
you know what I'm saying? You know.
yeah, I mean, there is that element to it, but when the camera's on me, like, I don't even know that person that comes out. Some demon takes over my body and becomes Lana Lee, right? And Lana Lee does and says shit on video that I'm not going to say my real name, but that I would never, like in my private life, like I'd be going, oh, can you believe she just said, oh, can you, like, I can't
Yeah,
believe the words that come out of my own mouth, but it is what it
yeah,
is.
but that what they're looking for with us. You feel what I'm saying? I tell female, like some female be like, one, they want you to be vocal. And it doesn't matter how crazy the shit you say, it goes over because they know you're having sex. You know what I'm saying? Me, I love working with a female that say some crazy shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
tell me, fuck the shit out of me. Fuck me harder. Damn it. Give me that big ass chick. I'm be like, yeah, I like her.
So one thing that I did that like caught me and everybody in the room kind of by surprise. So I don't want to say the guy's name, but I talked to him the night before we shot, right? And
Mhm.
he had told me, you know, he he said I'm gonna something lay this penitentiary dick on you. And I'm like, oh yeah? And I'm like, well, tell me about that because I felt like a connection to him, right? So
Yeah.
he he had done time and I've done time before,
Mhm.
right? So I could relate to him on that level.
Mhm.
So the next day we were shooting and he was fucking me pretty good and I just out of nowhere I'm like, give me that fucking penitentiary dick or some shit like that. And I think everybody in the room just went like what? Like did she just say that? And I think that I was expecting him to say something back like, oh, yeah, you got that penitentiary pussy, so I'm going to give it to you. But
Yeah.
he was okay with like afterwards. I was like, I'm sorry if you felt it like maybe I shouldn't have said that. We can cut it out of the video or whatever. He's like, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh
And then
no, cause
I,
cause cause you
I
know
got nothing
you
to
told me
hide.
that. You would have told me that, I'd be like, oh, I would have really fucked the shit out your ass. Like, oh, you want that? I ain't been home in 15 years, dick. I gotcha. But that what we want because even when I used to send girls out to Hollywood, the producers, if she wasn't vocal enough on camera, would shut down the shoot and kick off the set. They don't want you to
Okay.
be quiet, and they want you to talk. They want you to be interactive.
Right. So I
Period.
didn't know
Because
that. But
because it sounds hot. Especially if you
the,
telling them, I'm sorry. I want to see that scene there, goddamn. I'm like, oh shit.
I'll send you the link when we hang up. But the
Oh my
first
god.
the first mainstream shoot that I did, right? So I started like doing the OnlyFans. I found out about
Mm-hmm,
this local studio. I reached out to them to see if they would shoot me. They did.
mm-hmm.
They invited me back, probably half a dozen times last year. I have not shot for them this year.
Mm-hmm.
Not I have my speculations as to why, but we won't get into that. But I'm hoping to
I,
again.
I I can tell you, they got enough content right now. They'll hit you up.
Well, there's different. There's a lot more to it than that. There's some
Okay.
different
Not
going on.
just me on the
But
outside looking in knowing the business. That's why.
But what I can
That
tell you is that, like, so the first scene that I was thrown into, I was all excited. I went out and bought this new lingerie, and I was like, okay, what
mm-hmm,
do I bring to wear? And they're like, well, you know that picture you posted the other day with that sundress, that's what we want you to wear, and wear those. I don't have the same glasses, but they wear those purple glasses. He's gonna come on your glasses, and I'm like,
mm,
oh great, thanks, right? So then I get there and the guy is going to be playing a video game, right? And I'm going to be a
mm-hmm.
stepmom. It was like what they call uh
Step mom,
taboo
step dad. That
taboo porn,
incest
family
porn.
porn,
Yeah.
right? And so like he's going to be playing a video game. It's called annoyance porn, and I'm like, what is annoyance porn? And they're like, well, he's going to ignore you while you suck
Yeah.
his dick and act like you're bothering him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, just fucking great, right? like I didn't know because the guy is quiet in his normal life anyways, and he's
Yeah.
very quiet as well on screen. So I didn't even know when the guy was going to come. He wasn't giving me like a ooh, this
Uh,
feels good, any of that. Like the producer is the one that actually told me, okay, get ready, the cum shot's coming in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Like the producer knew him that well that the
mhm,
producer knew when he was going to come, more so than I knew when he was going to come. But when I look back and I watch that video, my favorite part of it is my dialogue. And the reason why is because they just gave me a scenario and they
mhm,
said you just make up the dialogue, you got to go with it, right? And so I'm thinking, I'm all nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not an actress, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm not fake. Like with me, it's what you see is what you get. I don't fake it. I can't
mhm,
be something I'm not, any of that, right? So I just said, well, I can talk shit. So I said, I'll
mhm,
just approach it like that, right? Like I'm just
yeah.
talking shit to the guy, right? So
Mhm,
when I go back and I watch the video, so my favorite part is the dialogue because I come across as like the perfect nagging stepmom. And I'm not. I'm not a mom. I'm not a stepmom. I'm not a grandmom. I'm not any of that. But I
mhm,
just, okay, I can talk some shit.
mhm. Oh my goodness. No, because you be surprised videos like that sell because that is actually high. Because people don't realize it's like I tell anybody, like if did you went down the list of videos just on cups for sale, the fetishes. You know, because
Hmm.
that plays it to not only porn but also plays it to fetish with
Right.
the ignoring thinking what have you.
Yeah, I guess
So
that's the whole thing. I never knew.
yeah, you see. That's why I said, and then too, also I like the fact they want you to wear a sundress because I am sorry. I'm so tired of these women wearing fucking lingerie all the goddamn time. I'm like, they don't want to wear heels. Maybe I'm just old school, you know. I'm used to guys one day I used to tell a girl, I'm like, no, bring a sundress and some heels. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
gonna fuck you in that sundress.
There you go.
I'm gonna work around that motherfucker.
There you go. We didn't get to do all that in that scene, but
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
yeah, most definitely. So shoot, so with you, when did okay, you start doing OnlyFans and you started shooting. So with you, your content, how much of it is boy girl and do you do any solo?
So when I first started, I didn't know what to do or how to make content.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first few months, I just sold pictures, like
Mm-hmm.
raunchy pictures and masturbation videos, right? And so,
Okay.
um, I've been told I'm pretty good, masturbator, squirting, like
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff that the guys like to see, right? And so I'm not. I've never been one like I don't understand how these girls do these videos and they talk to the camera and they look all sexy and they're oh, I'm gonna blah blah blah. And like that's not me. You give me my toy, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
town. As soon as I touch myself, the waterworks are gonna start, and I'm gonna keep rubbing it out until I bust, right? And that's just
Mm-hmm.
how I do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I first started with just masturbation videos, naughty pictures,
Mm-hmm.
trying, and I didn't really have the whole thing figured out on how to meet people to do
Mm-hmm.
videos with or how to collab with people. So there was kind of a learning curve with that.
Okay. So shoot, now you're in Tampa, am I correct?
Yes.
See, so with you, it's kind of like I just talked to somebody from Arizona.
Hmm.
Tampa is a hot spot for porn, also. So you actually have a plethora of people that you probably could easily connect with. So with you, how often do you film to keep up with your
Well,
updates for your
not
OnlyFans?
that often. So you would think so, right? And so right
Mm-hmm.
now, like on the top of my Twitter, or yesterday on the top of my Twitter, 20 something thousand views. I have like, I'm in Tampa. I'm recently tested. Anybody in the surrounding areas, if you'd like to shoot, please reach out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two or three responses, right? And then,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like a handful of people that don't even count, right? Like they say they want to shoot with you, but they don't know what it takes, right? So they're
No,
not an established content creator, or it's just their way of saying that they want to, they think that they want to fuck
they
you,
want
but
some free pussy. They want free pussy, basically. That's what
well,
they're
yeah,
trying to get.
nothing's free with me. But anyways, yeah.
so, so with you, how do you pick the people you work with? What criteria do you go off of?
Well, so at first, um, I really didn't know how to do it. And I learned really quick because I got like the first guy that I shot with kind of like made all these trumped up promises and didn't follow through on any of them. I cannot stand him to this day. The only saving grace is that I am able to tag him on OnlyFans, right? And then it was like a learning curve that I learned about, the paperwork and getting them to sign paperwork so that, if they're not, if I can't tag them, then I can upload their paperwork and then, the paperwork for the other things and all of that. So I just kind of came up with this thing that like, if they're not an established content creator, right? If they don't already have well, yeah. So now I require them to already have an established OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Because that's where I sell most of my content. I just started a ManyVids, just started a Clips for Sale. So I am putting content on there as well. But the majority of it goes through OnlyFans, or that's where I get my sales at first, right? So, at first I didn't require them to have that thing. And then I would go to try to like upload their stuff or upload their picture or whatever. And then OnlyFans wouldn't take it. And then I would be stuck with content that I couldn't sell. So now I require them to have that already in place before I will even consider shooting with them. The next thing is that if they're not selling content on their page, then I know that they're just out there doing it so that they can fuck hot girls, right? Guys like, hey, I'll help you out. I'll let you use my deck. Like, no, I'm not interested in making the money. I'm not interested in selling content. I'm just interested in getting laid, right? So, for those people, there's a fee. If you're an established creator and you have videos up for sale and I can see your performance with other creators, then that would be considered like a collab.
Yeah, because iron sharpens iron. I tell any female you get in this business, you want to work with established people because one, they got a fan base, and two, that you're probably going to get average-wise a decent scene, because one of the things we got to do as male talents is keep our fucking dick up, and some of these guys can't even do it, not even for 6 minutes.
Well, even in like some of the established ones, like that doesn't always happen, and you're not always able to get like the real established creators. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely shoot with people, or shot with people that maybe have less than 1,000 followers or a few hundred followers or whatever. It just depends. I kind of treat each situation differently.
So have you done a content house?
I have.
And how was that experience?
So my first one was okay. It was more of a, kind of marketed as a swingers / birthday bash kind of thing. And I think it was a little shy. There was two houses. A lot of people were at the main house, and then there was a second one because so many people were coming. And I stayed at the second one, and I just kind of like went back and forth, when they were having the main events and the parties and stuff. And I only shot a couple scenes that week. So I was just kind of, it was like a 4-day event. I only did 2 scenes. I think it was kind of like getting my feet wet and, not really ready to dive full force. But more recently, I was able to get invited to a content house at XBiz, right, where there were multiple women staying there. A lot of them were from the Hot Wife tour, and then they had several guys like come through. And so most of the guys that I had like prearranged collabs with, right, were on that list of the guys at the content house. So I was lucky that they allowed me to come there, or they kind of invited me there. So I didn't stay there, but what I did is I showed up there every day. So I was able to collab with the people that I already had on my list, right? And it also gave me the opportunity to meet other people that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to come in contact with, right? So it gave me, new opportunities to shoot with people that I. So it was a good experience.
Most definitely.
I left with 10 pieces of content.
Damn, that's damn good. So how was you able to pace yourself to where you were fresh for each of the scenes and you weren't too worn out?
Well, I was pretty damn worn out by the end of the whole thing.
People, them shoots ain't easy. Let's make that clear. They not easy.
I think I was there for 4 or 5 days and trying to run to the event in the meanwhile in the middle of it all. It's hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's one thing we go ahead.
Yeah, and considering in my personal life, I don't have a personal sex life. Right? And when I'm doing the escort thing, I'm rarely having sex. I'm doing other things, but I'm rarely having actual real sex. So, it's not uncommon for me to go, 15 days, 20 days without having sex. And then I go to one of these, to a shoot house or to an event, right? And then there might be, multiple partners crammed into a few days. That's not my average. That's not my normal pace.
Yeah.
But I found that is kind of a good way to get a fair amount of content, is to show up at these events, try to schedule things with people, try to meet new people. Because maybe I'm just not established enough in Tampa, or maybe people don't like me. Because
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like I said, you have not been in the game as long, so you're still building your rep. You feel me? The more you shoot, the more you do these content, the more you connect with people, and you start to get more hot. That's when they're gonna start fucking with you.
I hope so.
Period.
I hope so.
Because trust me, you're on people's radar. You on people's radar. You caught my attention.
I know a good handful of people, in Tampa and the surrounding area,
And 2, you shot with Head Tech. I'm sorry, you on the radar.
Oh, okay.
You shot with Head Tech. Shot out with Head Tech.
That stuff yet?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Cause I don't know if he has.
Has he released it?
Your page?
Huh?
You had a picture. You bent over. And,
so he took some photos of. He's a very good photographer, right?
Yeah.
And I also did a couple POV scenes with him, but they were paid, trade, collab, whatever. So I'm not even. But I have that content. I know that he does, but I really haven't paid attention to if he's released it yet or not. But he's a great guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Head Tech is shouts out to Head Tech, friend of the show. That's my homie. Y'all go check him out in Savage Smoke on Spotify. We did grab the
Tampa Bay area, but he moved recently, so he's not here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, shoot. Hey. So with you, all right, let's have a little fun. Do we do anal?
What?
Do we do anal? Do you do anal?
Oh,
sex?
Do we? Well, do you?
Well, I mean, I stick my dick in a woman's ass if she want me to. I'm just asking you, do you do anal sex?
Stuff up your butt?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, me neither. So if you pay close attention, what is Lana spelled backwards?
Anal.
There you go. And Lana does not do anal. And that has, as a matter of fact, has something to do with why I picked that name. So listen, this is my thoughts on this, and I'm going to get a whole lot of shit for it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, right? So,
hey, speak your mind, baby. That's what we doing.
I always tell this to guys, right, that want anal, and I'm like, okay, so you like doing anal? I'm like, so there might be a chance that you're either gay or bisexual, and this is the reason why. Because now it makes perfect sense to me that a guy would like anal stimulation, something up his butt, right? Because you've got the prostate gland up there that can be massaged, that can be manipulated, that's going to increase the intensity of your orgasm, right? A woman, my anatomy does not have anything up my anus that's going to increase the intensity of my orgasm, right? So I know that some women say they enjoy it. Usually I say that they're either getting paid or they're liars. Or, maybe there is something in the front of the woman's anatomy and the vagina that gets accidentally stimulated when something's in the anus, right? And maybe that's the enjoyable part. I'm not quite sure. But I always say it makes sense that a guy would like something up there, but it doesn't really make sense to me that a girl would. And then I always tell guys, if you like sticking your stuff in a girl's butt, well, an anus is an anus is an anus is an anus across the
Mm-hmm.
board. So let me shave some guy's asshole, right? Let me blindfold you and let me stick your penis in it. And you tell me if you can tell the difference if you're fucking a man or if you're fucking a woman, because you're probably not going to know the difference. So I'm just saying, for people that like doing anal, there's a chance that you might be bisexual,
Well,
gay, whatever. Guys don't like to hear
well,
that,
well,
but
well, like this. I'm gonna say this now. You can stick a tongue in it. You can rim the fuck out of me. Just don't stick no dildo in my ass. We cool.
I'm
Yeah,
with you.
you know.
I'm with you on that. I'll let a little bit of like tongue stuff
Yeah.
happening, but I've done it before. I've never done it on
Mm-hmm.
film. I've done it a long time ago in my private life. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I probably hated it, didn't like it at all. Other times maybe it was like okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if I stay in this business, I might eventually do it
Well,
or
do
try.
you necessarily? I tell females this all the time. Don't do what you don't do. Don't do. Only do what you do in your bedroom normally.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
anything
Well,
other than
that's
that
good.
is because you want to test it out to see if you like it. Other than
Yeah.
that, meaning that if you don't do anal, I'm here to tell a girl this right now. Don't your motherfucking ass try to do fucking anal on camera. You will embarrass yourself.
Right, right, right. No, no, I would definitely, if I was ever going to try to do it on camera, I would
Yeah.
practice it
Yeah,
before I.
because no, but seriously, because it's prep with it. Because one, you don't want to end up shitting while filming. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have that happen. That
I've
was a shitty moment.
I've heard of that happening with some so-called professionals that have been in the business a while that were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I didn't know I had to prep. What the fuck do you mean you didn't know you had to prep? That's how people get diseases. You just shit on his fucking dick and you're like, oh, it's
Yes, I had
disgusting.
that happen. Now, the sad part, when it happened to me, I wasn't even her ass. I was in her pussy. She came so hard, she shit it.
Ew.
And you know what I said? You know what I said? I said, damn, I done fucked the shit out you. So,
There you go. So number one, accidents happen. Number
yeah,
two, it's a bit unsanitary. Number
yeah.
three, I happen to attract, for whatever reason, black cock. Sometimes it's big black cock, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can you imagine if some of these guys, or if I was taking them up the ass, like I'm 58 years old, like in 3 years from now I'd be leaking. That is a thing,
You
right?
50 what?
I'll be 59 in a few weeks, in a couple weeks.
Stop
Yeah.
playing. Boo boo. I thought you was 49, 50
Well,
at
thank you. I
best.
appreciate that. 10 years
Damn.
younger, I'll take it. That's what
Mm,
I'm always
mm,
trying
mm,
to
mm,
look, 10
mm.
years younger. But yeah, so I've heard stories of women that did a lot of anal, and then you know what I mean, they get leaky
Mhm.
in their later
Yeah.
years, right? Because I guess it doesn't
After a while, it don't bounce back,
shrink
especially if
back
you
like
do
the
it enough.
vagina,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
who wants
That,
to deal with all that kind of mess, right? We got enough
oof,
stuff going on as we get older.
you ain't lying. So shoot. So have you thought about doing a gangbang?
Oh yeah.
So what would be your perfect number for a gangbang?
I don't know. I think maybe to start small, because when I watch gangbangs with like five guys, right? So if the
Yeah.
girl's not doing anal, which I'm not, there's only
Mm-hmm.
two holes, right? And it looks silly. Like the rest of the guys are like standing around, beating their meat, standing around, beating their meat, like with nothing to do. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just the norm. Maybe that's the way
That's
things
why.
are.
That's why I can't do a gangbang because I don't want to be that dude sitting over there jerking off, waiting.
Right.
And
And
two also depend on.
a lot of guys don't like to do it. Now,
Mm-mm,
in my younger years, I had up to like four guys, but it was more like a train, I would say, than
yeah.
a, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
they
yeah.
all weren't like manhandling me all over, like
Mm,
all at the same time. It was kind of like,
yeah.
one or two, then the next one, then,
Yeah.
like Like
And
that,
a
I
lot of
think.
people don't know the difference between a train and a gangbang. A gangbang is when all the guys is around her. A train is when they just take turns.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I could handle that. And I mean, I would try a gangbang. I wouldn't want to start with anything big or crazy because, like I said, when I watch them, I feel bad for the guys standing around jerking their meat. But that's
Yeah,
just.
right. And two, it's no surprise that brothers like you because you built for us. I ain't gonna lie, that body is bodying. I'm just letting you know.
Because they what?
You built for us. Your body is bodying. You get
Oh,
what I'm saying?
built for BBC.
Yeah.
I've
Yes,
heard
you are,
that.
baby.
I've been told that.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yes. Because you got the hips, the ass, the tits. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
Plus, she's
I
fine
have
as
no.
shit. So what?
I have no hips.
Well, I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you. I've never
I
had
don't know what
children.
you're looking at.
I've never had children. I don't have much of a waist. I have the body of a linebacker.
Oh, no, you do not. Actually, turn
I'm
around real
square.
quick.
Now, my ass, I work out with an IFBB Pro bodybuilder 2 to 3 times a week, doing nothing but glutes and legs, right? So I've grown a butt, right? I work very hard on that. And I'm very
Look at that. Look at that.
Very
Look
happy
at
to
that.
feel that.
Look
So,
at that.
like that part, yeah, but I don't have like the curvy little waist, big nice hips. I've never had kids, so
Oh
hips is
no,
one thing
boo,
I don't feel like I have, but
no, you built because you got them thighs, you got the boobies and the booty. It's just certain people don't
this is the
realize
thing.
certain. Go ahead.
This is the thing about how I feel when I'm taking some BBC, right? And so, and what I've seen, like in other videos, right? A lot of girls just take the dick. They just take it. They lay there and they take it. I give it back. I give it back. I'm going to bring the same intensity that my partner is going to bring. Yeah. And that's what I like. And so I've had a few videos that have done really well. And I've asked the fans or whatever, I'm like, okay, so like this guy has fucked all these like beautiful women and all these, like, what is it about that when he fucks me that you like so much better, or like that maybe, so like even on the internet, like this video that I'm talking about, it's been pirated, right? And it's gotten way more views than the other ones. And so I'm like, what is it about him fucking me that's like so that's different, right? Because the other girls, they're younger, they're more beautiful, they're more pretty, they're more shapely, they're more whatever. They said it's the energy that you bring, it's the intensity.
Yeah,
he's giving it to you with a certain amount of intensity, and you're giving it back with that same. You're matching that energy. So that's what I try.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. My best scenes were with older women because they threw down and they know how to work it. Even when I used to throw parties, I got to tell this story real quick. I used to throw VIP parties, and I had 7 girls. 6 of them was young. There was one that was a straight up MILF. Shouts out to Sexy the MILF. And she made all the money. And the girls were like, why she made the money? I said, look what she's doing. She engaging the guys. She giving them a show. She's showing personality. With your scenes, you're giving personality. When you're throwing it back, we want to see that. We just don't want to see a female take it. It's kind of like Little Kim's. I used to be scared of dick. Now I throw lift to the shit, handle it like a real bitch. That we want to see.
What she say? What Little Kim say?
She said, I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit, handle it like a real bitch.
Okay, I might have to steal that.
Period. So I'm gonna ask you this. How much have you been in porn increase your booking on the escorting side?
Well, so it's kind of weird that you say that. So one business feeds the other, right? And I won't say it's increased my booking because oddly enough, the first 2 years, and I don't care. Like a lot of people won't discuss this shit, but I'm an open book. I don't care. The first 2 years I made 150,000 without even trying. And I say I say without even trying because The first year I had a boyfriend, so 2-3 days out of the week or every other week I didn't work because I was taking my ass down there to Fort Lauderdale to see him, and I wasn't working while I was seeing him, right? Okay. 1 out of 10 clients do I actually have sex or penetration with, right? Most of them are just hand job, blow job, body massage, that type of thing, right? And so this year has not been as good as the first 2 years financially, and I think that could have to do with it being an election year, could have to do with the economy. It could also have to do with the fact that this is the first year that I've traveled, because I've traveled to go to these exoticas, XBiz, AVN, these porn things, right? So if I'm out of town for a week, 5 days, 7 days, that's 5 days, 7 days out of my income that I'm not in Tampa, that my phone's blowing up, that I'm missing people, right? So I think for a combination of reasons, I have made, the money with escorting has not been up to where it needs to be this year as compared to the first 2 years. But also, what I have found is that one business does feed the other, because since I did the mainstream shoots, right, for and I'll just say I did it for Blaze Studios shoots for nookies.com, right? And when those got out there and stuff, so now young guys will see me on the internet giving a blowjob, just sex scene, whatever, and they will follow the rabbit hole to find me, right? They'll end up on my OnlyFans, or they'll end up, on Trist or Eros or whatever, and giving me a phone call and saying, oh, I saw your videos, and wow, I can actually meet you, and blah blah blah. So I will say that one business definitely feeds the other, and then I'm not uploading my own stuff yet on the tube sites, but I plan to at some point. And so one of them is X videos, right? And so X videos, because I've had other people upload my stuff there, they recognize who Lana Lee is, right? So they made a Lana Lee model page, right? It's got over 1 million views. That just fucking blows my mind to think that 1 million people have seen me bump uglies, right? I can't even, I can't even wrap my head around it. But I mean, it's a good thing. Not any of them have called and said, hey, old lady, put your clothes back on. What are you doing? No. So that part I feel good about. And like I said, one thing kind of feeds the other. So I want to get more active on those sites, with my own uploading my own content, to where that I can communicate with the people that are on there, or the people that are following me on there, right? Because I feel like by not doing it, I'm just leaving money on the table, and I hate that.
Yeah, because it's funny, people don't realize the Pornhubs, the X videos, you want anything that got premium content is money. I'm on X videos. I'm here to tell you this now. If people don't have an X video, you an idiot, because it been paying my bills. And it's based off of that. Yes, it's based off of that premium content side, that X Red, because you get more of a percentage. It's like this. It's no different than if you had a YouTube. You get money off the views. You get more money off the views. Right.
No, I understand that. Yeah. It's just that I haven't been in the game long enough to get into that part of it. I'm horrible with technology. I actually pay somebody to upload my stuff onto many vids and clips for sale, because I just can't keep up with it. And you know what I mean? When I get a little bit more established there and get enough videos out, I've heard people say, wait till you have, 20 videos, wait till you have 50 videos, wait till you have 100 videos. Well, my little vault there is growing. So I'm getting to the point where I'm looking for that. I'm looking for an assistant or somebody that I can, I know of a couple people that really know about the tube sites and how to monetize on them, how to put, you put a 2-minute clip here, a 6-minute clip there. And so, that'll be hopefully my next move to try to get on those and monetize on those.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I hate leaving that money on the table.
See, they let y'all know she's a true hustler, people.
I don't even have a paid OnlyFans yet. I have a free OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
but it's growing at 1,000 followers a
Mm-hmm.
month.
So you don't got nothing behind the paywall.
So I have a free OnlyFans, and I
Mm-hmm.
sell videos on there. I'll release about one
Yeah,
video a week,
yeah.
but it's growing rapidly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the
Yeah,
growth rate of the followers, I also see a growth rate in the people spending money,
yeah.
right? So I need to have that. I need to have that VIP account as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a fraction
Mm-hmm.
of those free followers, I think, would spend money on a VIP page, right?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just so bad with technology, so ADHD, right? That it's like I need somebody to hold my hand and sit down next to me for like, okay, come on, we're gonna do this. We're gonna block out 4 hours and we're gonna upload a bunch of shit and we're gonna launch it. That's all I need to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know this much. If you ever need any advice, you can always come to me, baby. I got you. I got
What's
you. You know
that?
what I'm saying? Because because no, I said if you ever need any advice in the business, I got you covered.
Oh, okay, okay.
I can put you in the right direction and give you some advice and stuff like that. Because like I said, for one, with I tell people the key to this business is consistency, consistency, and patience.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, you don't make money off of one video. I don't understand why people be thinking that if I shoot one video, I'm gonna no. It takes multiple
Right,
videos to sell for you to see a check.
right.
Period. And you gotta be persistent with dropping stuff on a regular basis.
Well, I
Now,
want
the thing that
to.
you would say, go ahead.
Well, it's funny that you
No, go
said
ahead.
that because I've been tossing ideas around and thinking of ways that I can, for lack of a better term, pimp other people. I mean, I need to make money off of other people's content, not just mine,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
a lot for a woman my age to like make
Mm,
50 videos in a year to fuck 50 different people a year. Like that's a lot. I don't
mm,
want to keep up that pace. I don't know who
mm.
does want to keep up that pace,
Oh
right?
no.
So so the key is make money off of other people's content, throw shoot
Mm-hmm.
houses, do tours,
Mm-hmm.
different things of such. So I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
trying to get involved in some more things like that, that'll be like my, and some of
And then the two.
some of my goals for next year,
Mm-hmm.
because why can't I just put a producer stamp
Mm-hmm.
on my, on my LLC, right?
Yeah.
I already have an LLC, right? And then just
Mm-hmm.
hire the people out. I mean, I know I'm
Yeah.
simplifying it, probably a lot more complicated than that, but
Oh
I'm
no,
still.
no, no. Actually, that makes sense because it's no different than when a girl go get a PR. There's no different than when they get an agent. It's when they have girls used to come into business back in my day looking for guys like me, a producer, because that was our job to
Right.
help them establish site, get content, help them find work, even
But
help
it
them
but
find male talent.
but it doesn't matter if you're the most gorgeous girl on Twitter on OnlyFans with a gazillion followers, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't matter. You're not gonna make money off 50 videos a year. You need to be putting out 500 videos a year
Mm-hmm.
if you want to make real. You know what I'm saying? So like it's the producers that are making the money,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like
Mm-hmm.
how
But see,
can
now I'm gonna tell you how the girls. I'm gonna tell you how the girls do it. You can't depend completely off of content. See, I always talk to girls about expanding their brand, which you technically have already done.
well, I
You was
don't.
first in
I never planned to depend on content. When I told you when I
mm,
got into like doing
yeah,
videos, I just said
mm,
if I can make an extra, it's not going to replace
yeah,
my day job, right? But
no,
that being said, I can't do my day job forever at my age, right? So
yeah,
either between now and that point, like Mr. Wonderful has to come by, sweep me off my feet, and be able to
mm,
provide the financial means that I'm
mm,
providing for myself right now, right? That I can live
mm,
at the same lifestyle or whatever, which is not extravagant. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming to be
mm,
balling or anything like that. I'm just fucking scraping by like everybody else, right?
mm,
But so unless that happens, I've got to figure out other ways to take
yeah,
the talent that I
because
have,
because
the know-how that I have, capitalize on that.
because like for example, you already escorted. I tell girls there's nothing wrong with that because it's no different than if you with Beyonce. They're gonna want to see you live in person. It's just a difference. they want an autograph and to give a hug. These fans want to see tits and experience. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
Webcamming.
I think it's different for a girl that starts in video, that starts in porn, to go
Mm-hmm.
into escorting. It's a whole different ball of wax, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, I'm not saying that I have an advantage, but because I already know like that business and that world, like porn's completely different,
Mm-hmm.
and it's harder and it's more
Yeah.
challenging. I have
Yeah.
way less sex. I've had more sex since I've started doing porno films than I have in the whole 2 years that I've escorted. Like, that is the
That,
honest
that,
God's
that,
truth. More
yeah.
penetration since I've started doing videos than I have in 2 years of escorting, right? 2 years of escorting, never caught a single thing. People told me when I got in this business, not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, right?
When.
I get
And lucky for
tested
me,
every
I walked
weeks,
away. I
every
never
three
caught
weeks.
nothing.
I get tested. I shoot with other
Mm-hmm.
people that are tested. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. You still get shit.
Yeah, because what people don't realize, the test only is good is the last person you fucked. And if you fuck somebody since that test before you shot with her, you taking a greater risk of bringing something
Right.
to that set.
Not just that. I mean, there's the incubation period, right? So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that too.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
how squeaky clean you are. You know what I mean? There's an incubation period. So it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot
Oh
across the
yeah.
board, right? And like, it is what it is. I'm not in favor
Yeah.
of really doing that long term.
Yeah. No, but see, the thing about it is that's why I said I tell females find there's so many ways for women to make money in this business. Men, we're limited. Women are not. Because women can get away doing dick ratings.
Yeah,
Dick
we can make
ratings.
some
You get
money
what I'm
doing some
saying?
pretty stupid shit. I agree.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's just basically I'm trying to use the word diversifying your business, as they like to call it, where you're adding
Right.
more and
Right.
to
Right.
where
Right.
it's
Like, I've talked to management companies. On OnlyFans and stuff. I know this management company. I know several different people that use them, and I talked to them, like about taking me on. I guess at the time they're too busy or they want you making a certain
mm,
income level before they take you on. But they're very generic. They do the same thing across the board. But
mm-hmm,
I think with most people's pages, they increase their income. Some
mm-hmm,
a lot, some a little. But what I try to do is like learn from something from everybody that I come
mm-hmm,
across or that I talk to, and I try to pick their brains, right? So like I'm like, okay, so what are their best practices that they're doing that I'm not doing, right? And so they're
mm-hmm.
constantly blasting people in their DMs, right? Like, you should be
Yeah.
making a certain percentage of money off your DMs, right? I wasn't even
Mm.
sending stuff out in my DMs
Oh
until like
yeah.
a couple months ago. So I
Yeah,
was
because it's so
totally
many
missing
ways to
that
make
boat.
money on OnlyFans itself, from the
Right.
messages to live being live. And a
Right.
lot of girls don't take advantage of that. Same thing
And
with
I'm
mini
just learning,
bids.
right? And I'm just learning, and I don't. And people like, well, what do you do? Like, Sex Panther, another one of those things. I'm like, no, because I do video chats, right? I'm the queen of video chats, right? But I get
Mm,
those people right in my pocket. I do it on WhatsApp. They're paying me
yeah.
directly. Like, why
Hmm.
do I want to give Sex Panther
I'm
a
saying.
portion of that money unless me getting on a platform like that is going to expose me to a group of men that I'm not exposed to, right? That
Well,
are
well,
already
well,
there,
that's why you would do it.
that are
Because I
already
tell
spending
females,
money.
hold on. I tell females you get on these platforms and you wing these motherfuckers off to where you get the money directly from them. That's what they
That's
used to do with webcamming. Girls will
true. I don't want to get
webcam,
caught, but yeah.
and then of course you can't promote shit on your webcam service. But what they did with their Twitter was, look, if you really want me to get down, yo, I got this Skype private over here. You can pay me directly, and that's how they used to wink them off. It's kind of like you use the platform to gain the base so you can get money off of them directly.
Right. And
Period.
then
Whether
direct
it's
devices. And there
yeah,
is, I mean, I think the masses don't make money on those type of things. I don't know enough people that do it to really speak, intelligently about
mm,
that. But I do know a guy, and I saw his payouts, that made $1 million on ChatterBait in a year. Him and
yeah,
his wife. He's
yeah.
called the West Wing, Triple X. I don't know if you've heard of them, but
Yeah, I
their
heard of them.
tagline is they do interracial right?
Yeah.
And they like on one of their platforms that they sell their videos, like the top seventh producer on there, as far
Yeah.
as like the amount of content and stuff. And but I mean, he's a smart guy, and he basically told me, how he did it. And it's like anything, it's work. It requires time and effort.
Yeah.
First, he go on for like 4 hours at a time and figure out where his people were. Where is his audience? Are they on in the morning? Are they on in the afternoon? Are they on in the middle of the night? Right. And then he said he used to be on there for like forever for 4 or 5 hours and only make like $1,000 or maybe it was more than that. He said like 8 hours, like a long time, right? And not make that much money and until he kind of figured the whole thing out. So I happened to be watching one night and I, came across watching porn. I ended up on Chatterbait and his thing came up and I'm like, oh, there he is. There's my friend. Let me watch. Let me see what they do. Right. I'll tell you, this was the biggest difference between his room and all the other rooms. Right. So first of all, he said it was a bad night for him. There were about 7,000 people in his room. The performers that he had on with him, he felt like didn't do that well. But what he does is like, it's always him and his girlfriend or him and his wife. He's black, she's white. She's about 10 years younger, beautiful European girl. And he fucks all kinds of other girls on video there. She doesn't fuck anybody, but she's in every video like his cheerleader, like cheering him on, interacting with the girl, whatever.
Yeah.
And people love that. But like the thing that I saw was that he was like watching the WWE. He's an entertainer. He is engaging with that audience non-stop, talking mad shit, getting them like a carny, and they're just throwing the money, throwing the tokens. So out of those 4 hours that he's on, 15 minutes of those 4 hours is he taking his clothes off and actually fucking. The rest of the time, they're playing games, they're talking mad shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but he made mad money doing it.
Yeah. Because when it comes to webcam, it's about your personality. Your personality that draws them in. And that's the key.
I think so.
A lot of these girls don't know how to talk their way in the building.
Oh, no personality at all. You just go from like room to room and they're like and teasing and reading, they're on the computer and reading the messages, but they're not engaged.
Oh no. So people,
and I don't know that would be like the right thing for me either. Because
you got to find what works for you and what you enjoy to make money. A wise man, Billy Carson said this. He's a YouTuber. I watch him a lot. He said the key to becoming a millionaire is to find what you're passionate about and find people that's passionate about it like you, and you feed the need.
Right.
Yeah. So and you've been feeding the need, baby.
I like to make my money quickly, and to me, to make it on like something like Chatterbait, to make as much money as he made, it really takes a while to figure out your niche, and you have to put that time in to get there, and then you're like married to your computer for 4 hours a day, or however many hours a day, however many times a week that you do that show. So once he got the formula down, and once he got the following, then the time he's investing is not that much and not that crazy, right?
No.
But for me to try to start that right now, when the average cam model makes, according to Google, $60,000 a year, that's a third of what I make. Why would I want to take that step backwards, right? And I make that money in a third of the, like, way less time than I would have to invest in doing like as a webcam model, right? So it's intriguing. I go to the shows and I look at the girls and I'm wondering, oh God, they make it such a high.
And one other thing that people don't understand, the majority cut goes to the webcam company.
Right.
The split be like 60-40, 80-20.
But
yeah. So it's crazy and everything. So look, people, I done held this lady up here for an hour, and you know how we do. I got to ask her the $1 million question. You know what it is.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Miss Lee, can I call you a smoke buddy?
I don't smoke.
You don't need to smoke to be a smoke buddy, baby.
Yeah,
Other word,
you
go
can call
ahead.
me a smoke buddy. You can the people in the smokers lounge can smoke while I'm around.
See, say no more. You heard it, people. That means she will be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and I'm going to bring her to the Premium Smoke Podcast. Y'all got a little preview when
What do
she
I
show
get
off
to
the
do there?
booty.
Some of
Oh,
this.
yeah, she get to pull the titties out. Y'all get to see something. You get what I'm saying? 5
Mm-hmm.
premium podcasts for you to enjoy. 3 sexy hostesses that you fall in love with. And the best smoke is always premium, so you know what that means because we on loyal fans. It gets more candy. It gets more provocative. It gets more wild. It gets more crazy. It gets more unpredictable. The tits come out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. And if you like Triple X, go over to the Triple X side store on Loyal Fans in the Premium Smoke Room, where you get to see me put in that work and give that work to some of them ladies. You feel what I'm saying? Plus, also for my Spotify users, I got you covered too. Savage Smoke, where I talk to the top male talents and male producers in the businesses. We give you the business through a male's perspective, as well as over 300 variety of episodes covering the Premium Smoke Room podcast, which don't have episodes that are not on Loyal Fans, as well as some of the limited series podcasts that I did, as well as some special episodes that I did. So you have a lot to binge on over there. And go ahead and go to the Premium Smoke Room and subscribe. 55% off to the end of the year for the first month. And we drop episodes every week. So with
So what is
that
that
being
called where you interview the guys? Savage Smoke.
Savage Smoke, that's what I call
You
it.
need to send me the links to all this when we hang up.
Oh, oh, no doubt, no doubt. You definitely will get it. So with that being said, speaking about links, Miss Lana Lee, can you tell everybody where they can spend money on you, baby?
Okay, so my Twitter is LovelyLanaLee, right? My
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, I don't think that's really that important. My OnlyFans is BBC Loves Lana. I'm going to be launching a VIP page soon. I haven't done that yet. And then on Clips for Sale and Mini Vids, I believe I'm Lovely Lana Lee there as well. But all you have to do if you want to spend money on me is go to my link tree, right? And there's a little WhatsApp thing there, and that's actually like my phone number. But please don't text me and say hey. Don't text me and say hello. I'm operating a fucking business. If you text me, if you call me, please do so and with the plan of spending money on the services that I offer. That would be an in-person meet, a video chat, a sexting session, buying pictures, buying videos. Don't send me a fucking dick picture. That's just gonna piss me the fuck off, right? I get paid to look at dick. I don't want to look at your dick for free. It doesn't turn me on. What turns me on is your fucking wallet and your generosity. So there you have it. That's how you can
And the
spend money.
words, and in the words of Rick Ross, one of his favorite songs, money make her come, ladies and gentlemen. Money makes her come.
True.
So, with that being said, we at the end of a wonderful episode. She will be back. Y'all will see her in the Premium Smoke Room and here back on the Smokers Lounge. And you know how we end these episodes, no matter whether it's the Premium Smoke Room, whether it's the Smokers Lounge or Savage Smoke, we end it the same way. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Lana.
Bye, everybody. Thanks. It was lots of fun. Can't wait to do it again.